It was a catastrophe, and it was also an opportunity. Within hours, Hearst's journal was running the headline that the warship Maine had been split in two by an enemy's secret infernal machine. There was no evidence for that. There was no investigation. There was just a headline that happened to fit the narrative they already wanted. And Pulitzer's world was only slightly more restrained. It ran a front page with diagrams showing exactly where a mine must have been placed. Both papers offered rewards for the capture of whomever did it, $50,000, which it was an enormous sum in 1898. The journal ran illustrations of Spanish saboteurs attaching mines to the hull. It ran accounts of Spanish celebrations after the explosion. It ran stories of Spanish insults hurled at the American dead. The evidence was nowhere to be found. The conclusions were everywhere. A modern investigation would eventually determine that the explosion was almost certainly an accident, a coal bunker fire that ignited the powder magazines. But in 1898, the truth simply didn't matter. The story mattered, and the story was war. And this is where the most famous line in the history of American journalism enters the myth. Hearst had sent the artist Frederic Remington down to Cuba to document the rebellion. And Remington got there, looked around, and cabled back that there was no war here, that everything was quiet. And Hearst supposedly cabled back, "You furnish the pictures, I'll furnish the war." Now, historians argue about whether that exchange actually happened. The original telegrams have never been found. But here's what matters more than the exact words.